on, everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I don't know why this always seems like it's off. I'm gonna do the collective for today. Today is Thursday, July 31st, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Link is on Linktree. Linktree is always in the description box. If you ever want a reading, reach out to me via email. That too is in Linktree. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We absolutely want that for you. Whatever does not, just leave it on the table for someone else. We just don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Rare Rebel deck. You can find this on Etsy, the Rare Rebel shop. I just type in Rare Rebel, it comes up. I haven't used it in a few days, so I figure it's time to revisit it. And I might actually do a crow reading tomorrow. Pardon me. I think that's my lemon water. I don't know what that was. I just drank half a glass of lemon water. Pardon me. I try not to do those things on camera. I mean, I embarrass myself enough as it is without throwing bodily functions into it. I actually kind of have an odd day tomorrow, guys, so I'm actually going to get out of work early, come home, probably do one of the readings, and then I have my nail appointment for my quinceañera on Saturday, so I probably won't be home until like around 6 or so. So whatever the second reading is, it's going to be later. And I usually do collective first, technically, usually, most of the time, so tarot will probably be later. Just letting you know. We got 3 on the table, 4 on the table, 5 on the table. Two more shuffles here. We got 6 on the table. One last shuffle. 7 on the table. 8 with bottom of the deck. Oh, look at this. Do not ever tell me that things don't work out the way that they're supposed to work out. Do not ever tell me that there is not some type of divine guidance, because all of these cards literally are in order. Like literally in order. And how often does that even happen? Really, it doesn't happen that often. And you guys know how I don't believe in chance. I don't believe in coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. All right. We got shadow work. We got deep healing. Sorry, my finger's covering it. Covering in it. We got the moon. We've got intimacy. We've got divine timing. Fire element. Gentleness and grace. And bottom of the deck, we've got death, rebirth. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. Fire element is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. May to June. Sorry, I'm just, I don't know why I was thinking of, sorry, I vegged there for a second. But I was thinking about the elements because for some reason I was being told to say Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire element. Aries is technically supposed to be the beginning of the calendar, like the yearly calendar. But that's not how we do our calendar. We do we do January, which is Aquarius. And I was just working it out in my head, like Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Like I was just thinking about it in my head, and then I'm like Taurus and Gemini. Yeah, duh. I'm a Gemini. I should know that. So for some reason, I was called to say that Aries is the beginning of, technically supposed to be the beginning of the calendar year. Technically, Pisces is the end of the calendar year. And technically, in there somewhere, there's actually supposed to be a 13th sign. Just saying. It's a whole fucking mess. And I think the only reason why I was really being called to say that is because Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, like it literally falls in, like, because I think when people look at the months, like they don't realize, like you're supposed to say Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're supposed to say Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You're supposed to say Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then you're supposed to say, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces is how you're supposed to, like, technically say all the element, like all the signs of the elements. Anywho. And no, I don't know everything about signs or elements. I just know some things. Okay. So whoever this person is, this is someone that needs to do some shadow work, some healing. There's some type of like concealment, some type of hidden truth having to do with intimacy. A, that this person is going to find out if they haven't already. And B, they're going to find it out and then they're going to start to heal from it in divine timing. That's not something that this person would have any control of. Because again, if you're learning about, you know, like something somebody did from you in the past, you know, if it's already been weeks, months, years, usually, typically, you're going to learn, you know, via someone else or that person. But everybody works in their own time, right? Like I talk about that all the time. Everybody goes at their own pace through life. So, you know, just an example, like if somebody cheated on me when we were together and then we broke up and it's been 5 years, and I didn't know that they cheated on me, right? But this person decides like, oh, I'm going to heal myself. Like, I want to be like a better person. So they heal themselves. And now they come back 5 years later with whatever this truth is. That's divine timing, because it's not just about me and my timing and like, come on, tell me the truth so I can heal from the situation properly. It's everybody involved, and everybody works on their own timetable, their own time schedule, right? So when we say divine timing, it's not just like, okay, God's going to pick this time to have you learn something. It's really God lining up all of the pieces of the puzzle so that you can know. But the pieces of the puzzle are typically other people, and everybody has their own lives. So that's what really is behind divine timing. It's not just like God's going to choose to tell you on a Thursday at 4 p.m. He's going to tell you on a Thursday at 4 p.m. because Bobby decided 3 months ago to finally heal themselves, and now they're ready to tell you at Thursday at 4 p.m., right? I'm just saying. Whoever this person is that is going to be learning this truth, that is going to be healing from this truth, coming in divine timing, this is a fire element. And I'll say it again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If they are not an Aries, if they are not a Leo, if they are not a Sagittarius, then more likely they have that in their chart, birth chart. Again, if you do not have a birth chart, I suggest you go get one. You can get them for free online. Basic, but still a free birth chart, so you kind of have an idea of all the elements in your houses. It's 12 houses, I think. I got mine for free. I can always repost the website again. I've done it before. I could just put the link in posts, or I can comment it. They ask you for your name and your address and stupid stuff, but really you just need your birth date, your birth time for most accuracy. Although sometimes it's not real, it doesn't really make a difference. And your birthplace. I put in city because it has to do, like, it's like everything aligning. So longitude, latitude, all that kind of stuff is taken into account. But it'll give you an idea of like what's in your chart. Like I have 10 of the 12 elements in my chart. The only 2 elements I don't have in my chart are Pisces and Capricorn. I have everything else. I'm a Gemini, I'm an Aries moon, I'm a Gemini sun, a Gemini like love, and I'm a Virgo rising. I have 4 or 5 placements in Virgo. I actually have more placements in Virgo than I do in Gemini. And that when I watch readings, I usually either do Gemini or Virgo, and I oftentimes resonate with Virgo. So it's very interesting to look at your birth chart if you have not done so, okay? And I'm only restating this because I haven't said this in a while, and we now have like, what, 50 new subscribers in the last couple of weeks. So if you don't have one, I suggest you get one. It's just interesting because it definitely tells the story of you, you know? And I did get a Nordastro book, whatever it's called. I think it cost me like $60. Be careful if you want. They're good. They're beautiful books. I'm not going to lie. They're beautiful books, but be careful when you buy the book because you actually sign up for like their app or their website. And then if you don't discontinue the use after 30 days, they start charging you $30 a month to use it. I didn't realize that, and they charged me $30. They would not refund me. So if you get the book, it's a beautiful book, I will give them that. Make sure you go back before the 30 days and sign out. Tell them you don't want the app. Tell them you're not going to use the app, because otherwise they'll charge you. The book is great. I'm not going to lie. And I also got, it's a little bit different. It's not exactly like all this stuff like in a birth chart, but it's like a book about Gemini and when I was born and stuff like that from Wonderbly.com. And they have different kinds you can get, but like I had my picture put on the cover and my name is on there, and yeah, I think it was like $40 for that one. It's a little bit thinner, a little bit smaller, but it's interesting to read that kind of stuff. So whoever this person is, they're a fire element, or they have it in their chart. Here's I'm going to restate this too with the intimacy, guys. And it's just my opinion. You can have a differing opinion. Feel free to comment. Intimacy and sex aren't necessarily the same thing. You can have sex without intimacy. You can have sex and intimacy, you know. But to me, like, they don't necessarily have to go hand in hand, and they're not the same thing. That's just my opinion. So when the intimacy card comes out, yeah, it could mean sex. To me, it means more like this could be like a truth about like a friendship, a family member, someone that you were just really close to, maybe a friend that you thought of as like a sister or a brother. You know, maybe somebody you told secrets to, a coworker, maybe. You know, someone you were friendly with, but not necessarily had sex with. Again, it's just my opinion on the intimacy. Feel free to believe what you want. I'm never gonna tell you, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm never gonna tell you that. Whatever this is that this person is gonna be healing from, whatever this truth is, whatever's coming to light, it's kind of just, it's really just kind of a reminder read, I think. And whether you're a fire element or not, just to have gentleness and grace with yourself. And I've said this before, show yourself a little mercy, a little kindness, because shadow work and healing, it's not easy. And you guys know how I feel about that. If you subscribe, if you follow me, if you've been watching a while, like I have literally said since the beginning, we are healing from birth to death. You know, I was born in 1980. I was healing the moment I was born. This is sometimes an amazing world and sometimes a brutal world. And as you get older and older and older, you're going to be healing from more and more things, more and more situations, more and more people. You're going to be healing from your own actions and inactions, right? Because we're not perfect. We're human. We make mistakes. We do stupid shit. You know, we think we're healing and then we do something stupid and we're like, well, like, you know, what the fuck was that, you know? It's all about recognizing, you know, when you fucked up, when you need to heal yourself, what's going on, you know, when you're a part of the problem, when you're a part of the solution, and you know what I'm saying. So always be kind to yourself because, you know, like I'm 45. I've been doing this for 45 years, right? How old are you? How long have you been doing it? 29 years, 40 years, 60 years? It's never going to stop. There's always going to be something there. Then you're going to remember something and then you're going to have to heal from that, you know? So just always be kind to yourself. And like I just said, allow yourself time. Like everybody's gonna heal at their own pace, you know? It's kind of the whole point of this reading. Whoever this person is, it's gonna cause this person to go through some type of death and rebirth. Closing out a cycle, starting a new cycle, letting something go, opening the door and allowing for new to come in, right? And that doesn't just mean like other people, other situations. It means you know, releasing your current energy, possibly toxic energy, right? And allowing for new to come in. I don't think I've ever said this before, but when you look at this moon card and this person is, I don't know, holding up their hand like that, right? And it's almost like they're pointing at the moon, right? Two things with this. One, whoever this person is coming in with this truth, like however this is brought about and brought to your attention, or this person's attention, right? if this doesn't resonate for you. Whether the person is the actual person that committed the action, or they're just someone passing along information. There's gonna be some type of reference to like pointing the finger. Like whether they point the finger at this person that's receiving the truth, or they point the finger at themselves or someone that actually did whatever the action was, whatever the truth is. So again, like if this was a situation pertaining to me and somebody cheated on me and 5 years later they're coming back to be like, hey, I'm sorry, like when we were together I cheated on you and I just felt like you should know. Like that's one of the reasons why I walked away. Like I was seeing someone else, or I couldn't keep it in my pants, you know. This person is gonna be like, but I kind of blame you, you know, like an underlying kind of like, it's kind of your fault. So it like, and just an example, like somebody would come back to me and be like, yeah, we broke up, but what I never told you is I cheated on you with someone else. Because you, me, right? Me, you were not good enough in bed. Like I had to seek fulfillment elsewhere. Kind of like pointing the finger like you're the problem. Even though, I mean, yeah, we can say people are good in bed and people aren't good in bed, but one person thinking someone bad in bed is bad in bed. Another person might sleep with that person and think they're good in bed. You know, everybody has a different definition of what good sex is. So, like somebody coming in and pointing the finger at me and saying that shit to me, like I wouldn't even be bothered. I'd be like, what are you doing out there? What are you doing? The cats are out there fighting. Oh, the one is laying in the grass and the other one's kind of like looking at it. The one laying in the grass just like hissed it. I would take them all in if I could. I'm telling you. I don't see the kittens either. There's like 2 or 3 kittens, I think. The one laying in the grass is from last year. I remember it last year. This other one I don't think I've ever seen before. I don't know where it came from. Unless it was a kitten and I just, like I never noticed. I don't know. And I don't know which one's male, which one's female. I have no idea. I wonder if that's a female and it's hurt or maybe pregnant, because she's just laying there in the grass. They haven't moved. The other one walked off. Okay, sorry. I get distracted by shiny kitties. So yeah, there's gonna be some type of thing where somebody points the finger at somebody, like this person, like, hey, you were the problem. You're the reason why I cheated. You're the reason why I lied. You're the reason why I spent all my paycheck gambling. You know, like somebody's going to come in and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. But you know, it was your fault. Kind of like a narcissistic type attitude. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. So they're going to point the finger. And then what is the second thing? I feel like I forgot. They're going to point the finger. They're going to point the finger. Man, I forgot. I really forgot. I seriously forgot. They're going to point the finger at this person. Oh, shoot. I seriously forgot. Trying to like recreate my actions. Can I figure it out? This is what happens when you get old. You forget right away. Hand pointing the finger. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay, that's what it was. So two things. They're going to point the finger at this person. Like they're going to, whoever it is that comes in with this truth, they're going to be like, well, you know, it was kind of your fault. The second thing is whoever this person is that comes in with the truth, whether they're the person that did the action or this is someone just like the go-between, right? This person is going to hear this. They're going to hear this truth. And they're going to realize that they had like a suspicion all along. They just weren't like, they had that intuitive nudge like all along, like, hey, this is what really happened. And they weren't sure, didn't want to believe it. Because the second thing I was getting was with the hand pointing at the moon. It's like somebody already having kind of recognized the secret, but not really acknowledging it. And I think it's just whoever this person is realizing, hey, I kind of thought maybe that's what happened, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I kind of let it go. So it's basically like somebody getting confirmation, basically. Like they already had that intuitive nudge, and then they get the confirmation, and they're like, oh, okay, well now that kind of makes sense, right? And whoever this is, and I've said this before, but I don't say this with every read. Whoever this person is that needs to do this shadow work, heal from this situation, they might do well with some crystal work, like some crystal, not work, but like if you're not one to have rocks or crystals, maybe just get some clear quartz, some selenite, and just, you know, like I have selenite like in my kitchen, my living room, here in my office, my studio as I call it, and I have it in my bedroom. I have selenite. Like everywhere. I have some like pink rose quartz in here in my bedroom. I have some clear quartz in my bedroom. Like I got my little mushroom. I really just try to surround myself with some positive healing energy at all times. Yeah. So maybe somebody needs to... Other things that can help are protection, things like that, like tiger's eye and black obsidian. It's kind of funny, like last year everybody was like, oh, black obsidian, and I haven't heard anybody mention black obsidian this year. It's like, are all these rocks just like, oh, it was popular at the time? I don't know. I have a lot of crystals and rocks, and I have like a tiger's eye. thing is huge. I could probably like somebody with it. Probably my weapon of choice. I have some peach moonstone. I have a flame. I love this flame. It's my favorite flame. I'm not gonna lie either. I actually have a lot of spheres. I like the sphere because like I kind of use it as like a fidgeter kind of, you know. Just somebody needing, you know, possibly needing to surround themselves with some positive energy. And rocks will do that for you, let me tell you. Shadow work, guys, shadow work. And I'm looking at this, and I don't know why, but I'm thinking, like, whoever this person is, whoever this person is, it gives me the vibes of somebody, like, oh, I don't know what shadow work is. I don't know that I've ever done shadow work. But sometimes we just fall into things, you know. Sometimes we just fall into knowledge, enlightenment, epiphany moments. Pardon me. That's all a part of shadow work. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think you need to like literally sit and rack your brain to heal. Healing comes naturally. Healing comes when you're ready. Healing, like I said, healing comes in due time, and it's all at your pace. So meditation, you know, practice meditation. Sit outside. You know, I always talk about grounding, but like if you can't get down to the ground, if you don't want to take your shoes off, if you don't want to hug a tree, if you don't like touching plants, then just sit outside and surround yourself in nature. I do that all the time, and it is so relaxing. It's so calming, and I get a lot of I get a lot of epiphany moments that way. I get a lot of downloads, personal downloads. You know, I highly recommend. I do. I think I'm gonna leave it here because I'm just gonna ramble on about the same thing over and over again. Yeah. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you all have a great day and or evening wherever you are. Oh, I keep forgetting to tell you guys, because I'm, you know, I talk about myself, I talk about truth, and I'm transparent, and I talk about other readers and things like that, usually in a good way. I try, and I don't name names, but one of my favorite tarot readers I was watching the other day, and I watched it to the end of the video, and she signed off like almost exactly how I signed off. And I was like, did I steal that from her, or did she steal that from me? Because I do not remember watching her and then me doing that. So if I start changing up like my quote unquote sign off, don't really think anything of it. I might be like trying things out because it weirded me out. Like I was second guessing myself, and that's fine. I seriously do not remember ever seeing her sign off like I did. And then all of a sudden I started doing that. You know what I mean? So I just kind of want to like switch things up a bit. So I just want to let you know ahead of time, because I don't ever want to be accused of stealing somebody's shit. I don't ever really accuse anybody of stealing my stuff. But I don't ever want to be accused of stealing somebody else's shtick. I just don't. So I might be changing things up, just so you know. Okay? I'm just letting you know. I will talk to you later. Bye.